Hello everybody, it is Sunday the 5th of March. I want to talk about the web of life, the pathways by which we receive knowledge, if our energies go out, and then really seeing yourself as a neuron inside of a brain where you have connections. And there are pathways through the entire brain by which the neurons are connected and by which they are given information to one another. And also that if you look at it as a brain, or otherwise in the bigger picture as the energetic connections between the stars, there is no clear central point. There are some neurons, some connecting points that are bigger than others, but there is no clear central point from which everything is being done. And that is actually the web. It is not like a spider's web with something in the middle that has control, but it is points that are continuously giving to one another. And no one point is connected to everything. Every point is connected to that which is around it. And then that point is connected to that which is around it. And so on and so on. So, and that is how the web is created. So that what is the responsibility of the individual point is for that which is around it and that it is connected to. Now, our energies in this world, we were given natural connections. That is, we are connected to that which is here. We have natural connections to our children. We have natural connections to animals. We have natural connections to nature. We are connected in one way or another to lots of things. And those are pathways. Those are the natural pathways on which information can travel. Now, and it is the sons of man that travel along those pathways, our energies that travel out and bring back information. And then really it is a question of what is it you're connected to. Now those that go into the occult sciences have connected to something that is not part of this brain that is Earth, but something outside. They've gone far out. And they bring back information from that, which I'm not saying they are the baddies, yeah, out there. Heaven is all bad. It's not. I've heard, and that thought came to me many times, the heavens are not all bad. No, they're not. It's not a question of good and bad. They are different. If they were like us, they would be known in this world. They would manifest. They would be known by this world. But they're not. They're not known by this world. So, if they connect, which they do, and in many different ways, I mean, it is working connections through thought and emotion. So even if the thought itself wanders out there, beyond this world, searching for something, that alone it might form a connection. But they found other ways. I mean, either under the influence of drugs, which would in a way elevate you above this, if you want to look at it like that. They have found ways of using symbols which would create certain emotions or feelings that then create pathways on which thoughts can travel and information can be received. The problem with doing that is if you are not grounded in this world, in the truth of this world, or if you are in this state of I am nothing, this world is nothing, and everything else that is away from here is greater, must be greater. So you don't have the strength of yourself, of the knowledge of self. Then you would take information accepting that it is greater than yourself, and you would start implementing it, which good and bad is what serves. What serves that which already is? Would you add to this world? Or would the knowledge you bring back be destructive? And for the most part, at the moment, what the knowledge that is being gained is destructive in this world. Doesn't mean the knowledge is bad. It just doesn't belong here. It doesn't work here. But it is just, first of all, this idea that we are nothing. That this is nothing. And everything else must be greater. And we must serve it to become greater. So say you're not an I am. You don't have the strength to stand and say I am. And I am the judge of good and bad. And then your judgment should come out of your natural connections. Is it good for the trees? Is it good for the animals? Is it good for my family? Is it even good for myself? Not even that question seems to matter, because you can crucify yourself for the greater truth, because you are nothing. And there is really the difference, what is spoken of in the Bible, and that is Isaiah saying, your sons shall marry you. That is your own natural, what is grown out of natural connections. Those are the sons of man. Because man is created out of the connection with this world, and the sons are connected to this world. Those are the sons of man, the natural sons of man. Or you can get married to a son of God, which means something outside, a knowledge coming from outside, connected to something outside. I've just started yesterday reading another Hermetic book, and bloody hell. This world is sinful. This world is nothing. Some now going, this world is an illusion, it's not real anyway, so who cares? And everything out there is great. Everything out there is great. And we must worship. And we must do according to it. And really, we're going wrong. We're bringing back the wrong knowledge. And we're worshipping that knowledge as being greater than ourselves, being greater than life. Technology is above life. Anyway, so talking about traveling across our own natural pathways, across our own natural connections. And that is really staying in this world. And if it comes to medicine, for instance, You travel across the natural pathways until you find something that can give to you. I mean, again, not everything in this world can give to you. You need to know. You need to know the parts. There's a story of the shaman that I've told so many times when he was asked, how do you know? If there's something in that plant that is good for you. I ask the plant. I know the plant. And there is the connection. And there is the knowledge, the knowing of this world. And to say this world is nothing is, then people really haven't looked at it. What it has actually achieved in bringing together all these different forms and levels of consciousness. It is a huge achievement. So, the truth is within you. You must go inside, which again, as I said, I haven't done. People screaming at me, meditate. I haven't done it because I knew there was a danger. There was something inside of me, fear, saying, don't go there. Or don't go there yet. It's not that, never. It's not never. But don't go there yet. Because you need to understand. You need to know what it is you're doing out traveling those spiritual pathways. You need to know what you're doing every bit as much as you do here, knowing the rules of the road. Otherwise you crash. And so many have crashed before, I could see that. So we need to understand why it is they crashed, why the wrong knowledge is coming and working in this world, and it is working through them. And it's working through them not because they are great, because they are weak. And they have no I am. They will serve this, that, or the other as long as it gives to them. They're weak. They have no inner strength. And that's how it's coming in here, through them. The sons of man that marry the daughters, the sons of God, that marry the daughters of man. And then the offspring, the giants, the men of great renown, the ones that will be the leaders of this world. Yeah? Most of them were destructive. The great leaders of this world, the offsprings of knowledge that did not come from here. They were destructive in this world. So that is where we need, if we meditate, we must stay true to our own truth. And we must travel on our own pathways, of our own natural pathways. And that is the narrow road. The pathways, that is the brain, that is this world, that's connecting everything. And if we connect to something outside, then we need to have the strength to know the only thing that is good is that which will enhance what already is, which will give to what already is. And it's not that the knowledge is greater and the whole world needs to be changed according to it. What spoke out of Jesus said, I am the truth. I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. I am life. Yeah? Truth is connected to life, is according to life. Truth is according to what you know, according to you. You are the focal point. So there might be other lives, other clusters of life, and they have their own truth. They have their own pathways. They have their own truth that works for them. Doesn't mean it works here. Something that comes from there might be good, but it can be just as well bad. Now, as long as we are not connected to this truth here, and we know good and bad according to this world, according to ourselves even, what is good and bad for me? I mean, most people don't even know that. So as long as we don't have the knowledge of here, we should not go out there, because honest to God, we don't know what we're doing. We don't have the base knowledge of this to ascertain good and bad from out there. So that is why I had not gone into meditation, because, and if even now, how would you know? I don't know. How would you know the difference? How would you know how far out you have gone? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe do it the way of a cat. You know, go out a bit and come back. Go out a bit and come back. That's how a cat never loses its way. You know, it always returns to the point of origin. And it only strays out further, bit by bit and by bit, and maybe that is the way. But as I said, Jesus said, that is the way, that is the truth, that is the way, that is life, and no one comes onto the Father except for me, and that is not except for Jesus, but by that way, by the way that spoke, you come onto the Father, which is the all. That is through life. Through life. And life here on earth is human life. That is what you are right now. That is your door, and that the pathways are those that your life is already naturally connected to. So, we really must get out of this thing that we are nothing. We are not. We are not nothing. And then, well, you must know, that you fall short of the glory of God, or of the glory of the all. So does everything. That is a natural state of being, that you fall short of all. In fact, if you didn't fall short of all, there couldn't be being. It is a must for being to exist. There needs to be a restriction, because you cannot exist in all unless you go out there and you become like the glorious light beings, that are pure energy and pure light. Folks, they're fried. That is what you're looking at. It's something that is completely fried. It might create a beautiful picture, but it's fried. Everything falls short. That is what creates being, the restriction. So it doesn't mean you have to become all, because then there can be no more being. You need to restrict yourself, and what is it you restrict yourself for? Which pathways? Those that you naturally are? Or do you need to create something artificial by starving yourself half to death to break down the doors, or take drugs or use symbols, or anything unnatural that doesn't already exist, to shoot yourself out further? Whereas what would serve you is probably right in front of you, because it is according to you. Anyway, I leave it at that for today. Please, if you think that this is helpful, share my videos. And I still could do some help around here, so if you can, please donate to my channel. Anyway, I leave it at that. Talk to you again soon. Bye.